got feelings for you. Hope you ain't loving the crew. How many bodies you got? Pray it ain't more than a few.
Oh my god, my eyelashes, y'all. Hello y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Jasmine and I am back with another video. Today's video is going to be a sit down video talking about basically being a mom with special needs child and kids with epilepsy. But before I get into this video, if you're feeling the content that I provide, feel free to subscribe to my channel, like, share, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified as soon as I upload. Alright, so let's get into it. I am a mom of 3 and I have 2 girls and a boy. My oldest daughter, she's 13 and she is special need. She doesn't talk, she's nonverbal, and she isn't potty trained. She has behavior issues. So Janiyah was diagnosed with autism, I want to say 2 years old. About 2 years old officially. But I did not know she had seizures or epilepsy until maybe 1. For the simple fact, I thought that the infantile spasms, in case you don't know, it can come into different type of movements, but Janiyah, she would go like this a lot. So I thought she was constipated. I thought, you know, I'm just buying like the Cairo syrup, sugar, whatever, to like pretty much thinking like, oh, she always got poop. This was happening all the way up until like 6 months. I just was like, maybe the milk is constipating her or whatever. And then I breastfed for a little bit with her, so I was just like, maybe something just really constipating her a whole lot. Come to find out, she kept crunching over like this because she was having the spasms. She had the spasms so much to the point where I guess it turned into full-blown seizures. So then when she was about, I want to say between 8 months or 1 year old, that's when they prescribed her the first seizure medicines, which was I believe it was vigabatrin. Vigabatrin is a seizure medicine that comes in powder form. So I signed for that or whatever. Now, mind you, I'm my first time mom, so I don't know. And I'm young. So I'm just like, I just want her to stop having seizures at this point. So y'all saying pretty much that this is something that she needs, this is good, I'm with it. I did read the stuff and they did say like little side effects and stuff like that, but I'm like, this is supposed to help her. Like, this is going to help Janiyah stop having these seizures. So we give her the vigabatrin, she take it, and then as she's getting older, we notice that Janiyah is having behaviors that we're not used to. And mind you, Janiyah was actually talking at 1. I have a video on my phone. I'm going to try to insert a clip in here if I can find it, so you can see where she actually said her name. And that was at 1. Never said a word after that. Like, we try to get her to talk, the daycare lady try to get her to talk, all of that. Nothing. Yeah, so we did the vigabatrin. Vigabatrin didn't work, so we like, okay, that's fine. We need to try something else. And the behaviors was out of order, like her, you know, the biting, the hitting. So I'm like, we got to put her on something else. So we moved to Keppra. We felt like Keppra might have, like, it was helping, but we thought the vigabatrin was the reason why she wasn't talking. So we was like, get her up off of that, because that's probably why she's not talking. You know, So we did, that's why we did the Keppra. So we did the Keppra for a while, but we was like, them behaviors are still starting to get out of hand. So now we got to try something else. So I believe we did Metadate. Right. We did Metadate, which was like a powder thing you can take with like applesauce or something for like the behaviors and stuff like that. I'm like, we tried that for a while. Janiyah was in and out of the psych ward, hospital. I was just like really like stressed out. Mind you, I'm in my early 20s. I don't know what to do at this point. So I had Sean. So you gotta think, I have another baby. I'm dealing with her having seizures, her not talking, her being behind on so much stuff. She doing things that she was supposed to have been doing. She's doing it late. So that's a lot. Then Sean come along. My son had seizures for his first 2 years. But I noticed that he grew out of it. I think like when he was about time Sean turned 4, no more seizures. None. Jania's still having behavior issues. She's still wilding out. Sometimes she don't get no sleep. She hitting things. She was a biter. I remember getting on the bus one day and she bit this lady. I was just like, oh my God, I apologize. I'm so sorry. My child didn't mean it. I know people probably just like get your child. Like, she biting people, looking at her like she an animal. Like, when I say it was a rough thing for me to have to travel on a bus or be in public places and my child grabbing on people, biting people, wilding out. I'm just like, made me feel real like less of a mom, or like what's going on. Like, I just had a moment where like you felt like God dealt you a hand that you feel like you can't handle, like in that moment. But thank God, and by the grace of God, I'm still standing here as a wonderful mom who was able to hold it down and still raise her kids the right way. I went through all of that with Jania. The behavior issues, trying all these different type of medicines and stuff like that, back and forth between Vigabatrin, Capra, then go into the Trileptal. By this time, when I moved into Trileptal, I believe Jania was 7, 6. That's when I got pregnant and had Patty. So Madison is my youngest daughter. My youngest daughter, so all of my kids, just to give you a background on it, we have a condition called tuberous sclerosis. So it's like a tumor disorder type of situation. We got lesions on the brain. We got lesions. We have lesions on our like cysts on our kidneys. So we have to have MRIs every year. No question. Now, me, on the other hand, they don't have to give me an MRI because I'm over 25. Like, once you're over, like, 25, 26, something like that, I think that's when it doesn't become as frequent. But they have to get MRIs every year. But they say that it's a lifelong, disease. Like, you can still live a normal life, but you have to be monitored. And then they do have like certain treatments is offered to you, whatever the case may be. Now, I never knew this before, prior to having kids. I didn't actually get into the full details or the aspects of it until Madison. Because mind you, I'm still young when I had Naya and Sean. So even still, I'm not even really daggone police shaking my head. Thinking, oh, maybe you should check into this. I'll check to like the smallest details of it, but not to the fullest extent. I'm just like, whatever the doctor say, they're gonna help me, and that's just that. When Patty came along, I'm like, okay, come on now. Like, we did the genetics. They like, well, you're like kind of the carrier for this. Not sure if you had seizures when you was a child. I asked my mother. She said you did not have seizures, so I don't know. I do have bumps in my scalp, and I have the bumps like on my face and stuff like that or whatever. And I used to get teased a lot, so like I was very upset about that. Like, they calling me names in high school. Not going to mention his name, but this boy used to call me Bumpy Johnson, and it used to hurt my feelings. But I'm over it. I'm grown, and it is what it is. But yeah, I get teased from the little bumps and stuff, but we never knew like that's what it was. Then I got this big, so I'm just gonna go ahead and expose myself. Lord have mercy. Alright, y'all, so this bump right here, this bump, I don't know if y'all can see it, but as you can see, it's only little pieces of hair right here. I don't think hair ever grew over top of this bump. So I always plait around it and then try to cover it. Because I'm embarrassed. I'm still embarrassed to really like put my hair up into like ponytail. I try to like shift it over it and do little crazy stuff to try to like, people don't look and stare at me in public while she got this big bump in front of her head. Whatever. I got one in the back of my head too, and there's like little mini ones. All right, but they told me like this is what this condition is. You have it, so if you continue to have kids, more than likely that's just what you're gonna keep passing that down to all of your kids. So I'm like, okay. All three of them had the little heart thing. We went to cardiologists after they were born. Excuse me as I'm trying to get this out because I know I'm like stumbling. Y'all probably like, girl, just spit it out, talk. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to talk too fast, but then I'm not trying to talk too slow. But anyway, we went to the cardiologist after giving birth for each child. As we constantly go to cardiologists, the heart murmur or tumor thing shrinks down to the point where it's no more. All right, cool. So you thinking like, okay, they good. No. Even though the thing is not in their heart anymore, we still got the little cysts. And some of them are, you know, about that size or whatever. But yeah, it's a couple of them, couple little nodules. A slow progress. And they're like, well, that's pretty much that. And we'll monitor you guys. And, you know, if you feel a certain way, meaning like if you have seizures or whatever, notify us, let us know. Now, mind you, I am 32 years old, be 33 this year. I never had seizures. My mom said that she never saw it, experienced it with me. So, thank God for that. But, to be honest, I would prefer me to have seizures than my daggone kids, to be honest. Because, like, just to watch them have seizures, it's really heartbreaking, but I'm so strong and I have to be strong for them that I don't do all of the crying, falling out and stuff like that. I'm real tough when it comes to them. My mother will literally break down. I'm talking about my daughter's 13 and my mother still, oh my God, can't believe. Ma, she been having seizures for 13 years. Like, girl, relax. But that's her. She break down every time like it's the first time. That's her. Me, I gotta be big body. I gotta be tough. You know, she could. As long as it's not the clusters where it's over 5 minutes where she just constantly bang, 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 bang. Having seizures after seizures after seizures, which she have had them. All three of them have been hospitalized for having clusters of seizures where they were back to back, back to back. After they come out of one, they were another one. After they come out of one, they were another one. So they all experienced that. So of course, you know, yes, it's very scary, but it's been a while since they actually had the clusters. Now, Janaya and Madison, yes, they still have seizures and they still take seizure medicine. Sean, no seizures. However, because I guess of that situation, his history of seizures, and because, you know, all three of them was born premature, they are on their medicines. We're still working on getting the seizures controlled or whatever, but it's a scary thing being a mom of kids who have seizures. Then on top of that, you have Janaya who have seizures and behavior issues. I'm sure for those of you who have kids with behavior issues, special needs, autism, you already know where I'm coming from when I say it's no walk in the park. Like, it's serious. Like, Janaya done bust my mother upside her lips and eyes when an Ensure came. You know those hard Ensure milks, you know. She cracked my mother. My mother had like something, like a cut on the top of her lip, and she hit her, you know, somewhere up here with the Ensure thing. Bust hard. Like, when Janaya wild out, she wild out. Like, she really wild out. Like, fall out, bust the house up. She done broke like 10 TVs. Yanking them down. Pushing them over. I'm buying TVs at the TVs at the TVs. To the point where every TV in my house now is mounted. I can't have a TV just sitting on the dresser or sitting on the floor or, you know. Somebody physically have to put all the TVs up high in my house. When it comes to decor, now I seen the girl use on YouTube and stuff like that. I seen y'all houses look bad. Trust me, I be envying y'all sometimes. Like, I want my house like that, and I have the money or the coins to do so, but I can't because I already done tried it, and Janaya done destroyed everything. Try to keep cute little fur rugs. She don't throw it to the side or whatever. Try to get a coffee table in the middle with the little decor like they do. She done put knock stuff off, sit on it, fall through tables. That's why I'm into the gym thing. I go to the gym every morning, sometimes 2 times a day. If I really get overwhelmed and I feel like I just need to get out of the house, my sister got them, I'm going to the gym. It helps me collect my thoughts, get it together, because it can be very stressful. You can give Janiyah something to eat and she'll smack the whole plate on the floor. She don't want it. You then gave her noodles, because noodles is her favorite thing. You give her the noodles. She ate it, she want a second pack. Eat it again, she want a third pack. You say no, she fall out, bust the tables up, trying to run out the front, trying to run out the back. She's a runner. She has elopement issues. So you gotta be on point with her, because she can, run out in the street or whatever. So you gotta be on point with her. Mind you, she don't talk. So, if, God forbid my child run outside, like, people probably wouldn't even know, like, well, where did she come from? Who did return her to? Because she don't talk. So, like, that's why I be on it and paranoid. And did y'all make sure the back door locked? Is the front door locked? Like, come on, y'all. There's times where the insomnia is bad. Janiyah can stay up for 2 days straight. Like, please go to sleep. Nope, she's pacing back and forth. She's slamming the doors. She knocking stuff over. She's screaming. She make noise like or laughing real loud, uncontrollably, or whatever. We got a lock at this new house on the oven, because if she open up that oven and take out the bread, she ripping the whole pack open. She crumbling it up. She's just sitting there eating it and then just putting it all over herself, and yeah, it's crazy. Whatever you got in your refrigerator, she done took old pizza, TV dinners out the thing, ripped the packs open and tried to eat the ice. Like, girl, what? Grace of God that I am still standing here and I'm still doing what I gotta do to be a great mom to those 3 kids. Because you gotta think, I've read some horror stories about people with special need kids and situations like I'm in, and they somewhere strung out on drugs. The kids got put in the system. Family members, they alcoholic. I try to teach my kids great morals. I try to give them things that they need, and want, and be the best mom that I can be to them, and take that mom time aside to get myself together so I don't lose it. Alright, y'all, this video took way too long, but I'll be back with a part 2. If you would like to see a part 2, drop it in the comments and let me know. And I'll just finish letting y'all know my experiences with dealing with a child with autism and epilepsy. Thank you, guys.
I want to know the real you.